questioning LeBron James are just foolish. Questioning his greatness? Are you kidding me?
James eludes several different Spurs.
In transition, taking advantage.
James overpowering down low that time.
We do have liftoff. Grown man move by LeBron James.
James on the attack, goes to the rim. Now starting to go from the perimeter. James jump shot. James again, the quick jump shot. He's got it going. James another jump shot, puts it in again. James now with 35 points. What a stirring response from game one in the leg cramps. The Spurs were superb at crunch time in game one, but LeBron James and the Heat took over in game two. The Heat making the big plays. What's next? Let's find out as this presentation of the NBA Finals continues.
If we come back, we make the adjustment. That's what champions do.
Just great or what?
You watch basketball, sometimes it's just clear who the best guy on the court is. You could bring an alien from outer space and be like, pick which guy you think is the best guy. And it was LeBron in that second half. And that's why it's so tough for San Antonio to overcome that, because they need all 9 guys. Otherwise, LeBron, the alpha dog usually wins the finals.
You know, Sage, the Spurs were so good in the fourth quarter of game one, 14 for 16 in the fourth quarter. Game two, only 18.
And no LeBron James, of course, in the first quarter.
On 2 of those plays, you saw the lefty Manu.
Game one of the finals of last year. The Heat, they're in that mode. They're in that mentality. You see them here in their fame tunnel, looking loose as they get set to walk out. Both coaches, by the way, we've wired both of them up the first 2 games. Listen. All right, thank you, TV. Bill Simmons earlier said it feels like a meat locker in here. Well, now it's warming up because the hometown Heat, Championship Valley, out onto the floor, getting ready for tip-off, Jalen.
Keep getting them rings, Greg Oden.
Game 3 coming up from Miami, Florida.
Welcome to downtown Miami, where the NBA Finals has shifted after 2 drama-filled games in San Antonio. Spurs and Heat splitting the first 2 games. Let's get things started with PA announcer Michael Biamonte.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 3 of the 2014 NBA Finals, featuring the San Antonio Spurs and your Miami Heat.
When your back is against the wall, it's a very unique feeling.
Splash from downtown. Green for 3. Let's go.
It makes you play better, play harder.
We lose, we come back, we make the adjustment. All right? That's what champions do. Let's go, champions.
You have to play through doubt, and you have to keep an even keel while somehow keeping ferocity.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You know you have to win on the road to win a championship.
The quest for an NBA title continues tonight. The Spurs looking to rebound from their Game 2 loss. The Heat back home where they are undefeated in this 2014 postseason. The NBA Finals continue before a sellout crowd at the American Airlines Arena. Spurs and Heat tied at 1 game apiece. Morris Diaw being inserted into the starting lineup.
Both teams have changed lineups and rotation.
Lewis looked to swing, but Leonard, excellent ball denial. Now James gets it. Leonard in pursuit. Duncan on the switch. James drives, stops, and finishes.
One thing we're seeing first, and here's what we're talking about. It's okay to switch, but in this situation, is Tim Duncan switching on to the best player in the world. And he says, can I have this dance? Does a great job getting to his spot
Exactly, and one all the way for a layup and one floater.
James throws it down and a foul. Leonard, and that's his second foul. He didn't think there was contact, neither did Greg Popovich. Well, that's a huge call. Excuse me, it's his first foul. The last one was not on him that I thought was called, so only one on Leonard.
Well, they switched late, and that was the second time they've had a half switch where there either wasn't communication or late communication.
Allen saves what would have been a turnover. Shot clock at 5. James again. It's good. LeBron James. He's got their last 12 points, 14 here in the first period. And Greg Popovich wants timeout. When he's hitting the outside shot in the 3, he is unguardable.
That's a tough shot. Great job by LeBron James. Birdman sets the screen. Tim Duncan laid off. There's a price to pay if you don't get out with a sense of urgency. Come on, Timmy. You know the rules. Hand down, man down. He speaks French. Sabaris Diop.
When they're on the court, that's their language. The two former roommates. Allen and a foul. Ray Allen, good drive to the basket. Meanwhile, Chris Anderson seems to have hurt his hand on that play, and Allen will go to the line. 2 fouls on Splitter.
Well, you're going to close hard to Allen to run him off the 3, but Allen's always been better putting the ball on the floor, looking at other guys on clear mistakes by themselves.
Wade draws the foul, and he puts it in. Off 1 foot, the right foot, too. A difficult shot and a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, Wade is much better going to his left, takes the bump, wrong-footed. That's a big-time shot by...
Tips it out and grabs it himself as we're under 2 minutes remaining. Ginobili goes at Lewis. Blocked by Anderson, swatted out of bounds.
You know, Coach, but I like this lineup by the Miami Heat. With no point guard, it forces Tony Parker to defend somebody.
And good recovery by...
In 5 games. Nice feed to Bosch. James just waited for the perfect opportunity.
Good job by Bosch. Instead of setting the screen on Ray Allen, he slipped the pick.
Just finished well to get it back up to 21. Wade down low. Green draws the foul. Wade flips it up and in. Danny Green's 3rd foul. And Wade with a good start for Miami to begin the 3rd.
Well, Miami loves to invert their offense and post their guard in Dwayne Wade and LeBron James.
James, rifle pass to Wade, misses the layup, gets it back. Terrific second effort for Wade. And dumb 3-point looks that would not go down for the Heat. Parker right to the basket, rushed it. Parker thought he got hit. Here's James down the other end. Figures. Wade, the floater. It's down to 9.
And if you're Splitter, you can't be that far back off of Wade.
Thank you. How does a team give up 71 through the first 2 quarters and just 15 in the 3rd?
You could see a different level of intensity, so it comes down to basically that. And for this last quarter, we don't need 11-point play right off the bat. We just need to continue to play with that intensity.
How concerned are you that the energy expended to get to this point plays into the 4th?
Well, that's how hard we should be playing the whole game.
Eric, thank you. Mike.
Good answer. Screen. Diaw guarded by James. He throws it right into his hands. And then Diaw with a foul. Finals game is 7. Robert Horry.
Tim Duncan had
James, Allen, Rashard Lewis, and Chris Anderson. Wade, the crossover, the drive, and the finish. Wade is out of just a terrific second half. Now 19 points for the game on 7 of 11 from the field. James drives, this time at Duncan. It goes across. Layup is good. Oh, what a beautiful shot off the glass. For the first time in the 2014 NBA playoffs, the Miami Heat lose on their home floor. A frustrating night from start to finish as the Spurs were the more desperate team. Now, Miami had to play catch up, down by as many as 25 in the first half as they lose by 19. Final score 111-92. The Spurs now lead these finals 2-1 with Game 4 coming up on Thursday night. Kawhi Leonard struggling the first 2 games. Brilliant here in Game 3, 29 points and attacking right from the opening tip. So for Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Doris Burke, Steve Javie, producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our outstanding ABC crew, Mike Breen saying thanks so much for watching here on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.